All right, so here we are with the 93 electric red hatchback back again. It's been down and out for about 2 months now. If you're watching this, then either I got another video coming on a black 500 horsepower car I just built, or it's already been posted. But either way, here's this one. I got to do another video on this car here, 256 Magnum Gen 2. But here we are with this car. This transmission, so first off, this car, we knew the weakest point was going to be the transmission, stock 3650. It drove perfectly fine for a few thousand miles. Then once we started putting slicks on it, taking it to the track, really launching it, beating it up, that's when the transmission finally decided to go. I'm looking to see if I can find a time slip in here. But this car, we took it to the track. It ended up going 11.3. Oh, no, here we go. 11.4 at 116, and that is completely letting off after third gear. We just basically coasted after third gear because fourth gear was completely done. The transmission had gave out. That is when I got in contact with Hanlon Motorsports. Hanlon Motorsports. You can hit them up on Instagram or look up their website. Talk to Andrew. So if you call them, ask for Andrew. Tell him I sent you over. If you plan on putting a 3650 in your car, it is a great transmission for daily driving, spirited driving on a roll, doing things like that. It's okay. We put these slicks on there, drag radials, whatever you want to call them. And it did hold up, but it was on borrowed time and we knew it. So he hooked me up with this, I believe it's a stage 3, which would be like a stage 3. So this is my original casing. I just got it back. He sent me all wrapped up nice on a pallet. I just got it back, but this is basically their full-on build for the 3650. As you can see, 26 spline input shaft. Everything is completely done up in this thing. So the input shaft was completely twisted, about to snap off. One more pass, it would have snapped on. He gives it to you like literally ready to go. This thing, I cannot wait to get into it and beat the crap out of this car. So this transmission is rated at right about, I think he said they've pushed about 900 to it. Now, don't quote me yet, but this car right now makes about, let's just call it 440 to the wheels. Eventually it will have a Pro Charger and it will be making, on low boost, obviously, I'm gonna try to limit it to about 600. Beautiful clutch right here that you will never see again once the transmission's in place, but there it is. As you guys know, we've already had clutch issues with this car. So one of the issues we had was the pivot stud. That's another thing you guys are gonna really have to look into. There's a little bit of math and geometry behind this, but not impossible. Pivot stud. You need an adjustable pivot stud. That way, bam, it'll basically sit like this. It'll sit a little bit lower than this one. That way, your clutch fork is not all the way back in the window. If it is too far back, you get way too much leverage, and you push the teeth or there we go. You push the forks on the, or the teeth, whatever you want to call it, on the pressure plate a little bit too far in. And I think that's what's causing our clutch to collapse. It basically collapsed. The clutch pressure plate would get stuck in. And then that's how we're running through clutches. This, I did have an issue with another car with this. We put the adjustable one in there and bam, problem solved. Never had the issue again. So there's the transmission. This is the car. I'm going to start working on getting this thing back in there. I will make a video once it's done and wrapped up, because I already made a video of installing it on a car with the motor still in there. And then we'll do a drive around in the car and really beat the crap out of that thing. So there it is. I'll link in the Hanlon Motorsports website, man, and you guys can hit them up. Super cool guy. He'll definitely hook you up, man. He's going to give you some of the best prices around. They are also dealers for Tremec, like off-the-shelf T56 Magnum, TKO, or the new 2KZ, I think it's called. They're dealers for Pro 50, McLeod, Ram. All right, so here we are in the car. I got the AC on, so excuse me if you can't really, if you can hear it over there. You guys are over there by the vent. So, depending on how I lay out the videos, I'll just explain what's done to the car, and depending on how I edit it. So if you're hearing it again, my bad. For the people who don't know the car, it's a 93 electric red LX hatchback. Started its life as an automatic 4-cylinder. It is now a Gen 1 Coyote Ford Racing control pad, long tubes, V-bands, 3-inch exhaust, all the way back to the tailpipes. No cats. It's got a 18 manifold, 18 air box, just a K&N air filter in it. It's tuned by Sean at AED, and it makes 400 torque and about 430 horsepower, if I remember correctly. It's on a 91, no E85. Other than that, it's really just 100% stock Coyote, really. 18 manifold and 18 air intake, considered stock, I guess. Interior's all stock. It's got Dakota digital gauges. It's got a stock radio, power steering, power brakes, or electric steering, I should say, but power assisted steering, hydro boost. It's got AC, heater, pretty much everything. It's a really, really good daily driver. This car is insulated, and it's got a like Dynamat basically. But the last video I posted of this car, it had a transmission that was grinding into third, and I believe grinding into fourth. Basically trashed the whole transmission. It's a 3650. So here's the thing: 3650. If you just plan on cruising the car, no really beating up the car or nothing like that, then the 3650 is more than enough. It'll be fine if you just plan on cruising it. Now, if you plan on beating up the car, you know, maybe putting some slicks on it, taking it to the track or whatever, then you will find the weak point of the car, and it's probably going to be the transmission. Now, that's exactly what happened. Originally, the car was just a cruiser. We were just going to be kind of weekend car or whatever. It's been more of like a daily driver now. But obviously, like everybody else, we wanted to take it to the track and see how it did. So we took it to the track. We ended up, I think it went 11.3. It went 11.3 like at 116. And we were pretty much letting off after third gear, because it didn't have fourth gear. Fourth gear was messed up. So it didn't have fourth gear anymore. We were just letting off after third gear, I'm sorry. Probably about 1,000-foot mark of the quarter mile. So it went 11.3. That's when we reached out to Hanlon Motorsports. They're located in Pennsylvania. I'll include their information here. But they basically took apart the 3650. We had twisted the input shaft. It was toast. It was done. So, all right, so here's the car. My bad if the videos are kind of mixed up, or if I'm saying the same thing in multiple videos. The car is dirty as hell, but this is the same car. You guys have seen it before. It's a 93 electric red. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys the cam lope, ghost cam, whatever you want to call it. Basically, the tuner will kind of manipulate the car to sound like it's cammed. Some people like it, some people don't. Some of the cars he does it. I don't do it on all of them. I mean, it's cool. I guess it just sounds good. That's it. It's kind of just to give you the sound of a cam. Camming a Coyote is really expensive, so it's just kind of like a tune. You could turn it off. You switch it in your handheld. You'll have a different setting for cam lobe tune. You could take it on, turn it off, whatever. All it does is it'll sound really choppy, but it will kind of smell a little bit like it's running rich, and it'll only affect the drivability like within the first 2,000 RPMs. After that, the car is pretty much back to normal. I'll turn it on and kind of just let you guys hear it.